Good morning and welcome to Today in Putnam County, hosted by Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter, the show that takes a look at the events and what's happening all around Putnam County, as well as interviews with local, community, and business leaders. And now, sharing his insights and experience, here's Today in Putnam County with County Mayor Randy Porter.
Good day, and thanks for joining us this week for Today in Putnam County. I'm County Mayor Randy Porter. Hope you're having a great weekend. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Special time here in Putnam County. We all have plenty to be thankful for. Hope you had a great time with your family. Our show this week is on two of our newly elected city mayors in the cities they represent. My guests this week are Baxter Mayor Dany Holmes and Monterey Mayor Garcia. Guys, thanks for being on the show this week.
Well, thank you for having us, Mayor.
Thanks for having us, for real.
Dany, I'm going to start with you. Both y'all newly elected in August. Your campaign was a little different. You ran a write-in campaign and won with about 58.4% of the vote. And from my going back in history, that's the first time a write-in campaign had won since Charlotte Burke's.
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
It is. It really is. And you know, Mayor, I was the chief of police down there for 13 years, and when I left office, I had so many people telling me you need to run for mayor. Well, of course, I waited too late to get on the ballot, and I talked to my wife, and I said, hey, if we do run for mayor, we got to run on a write-in campaign, and she goes, well, you will win. And
hey, she's your biggest supporter.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I think you're right. So that's what we did. We qualified as a write-in campaign, and we went out. We talked to the people, and you know, it's so amazing. Your name's not there.
No.
They walk in the booth, and like, Dany Holmes is not on this ballot. But, you know, we kind of educated them how to do it. And even my son, it was so funny. I said, now, you can't go in there and write Dad. I said,
that's not going to work.
No, that's not going to work. And he said, well, if I spell your name wrong, I said, son, this is serious now. Let's spell my name right. So we did it. We won, and we're just glad to be mayor of our hometown.
That was amazing. And I think from talking to election officials, I don't think anybody misspelled your name.
No.
Can you imagine all the votes you got? Of course, you had to sit there and type it in on the voting machine. And, it was a special win for sure. And you and I talked back when you was thinking about this, and I said, Dany, a write-in campaign is really difficult to get people to write it in. But then I called you back a couple of weeks right before the election, and you drove through Baxter. And there was a Dany Holmes sign in almost every yard down there. And they were not on the right-of-way, but they were in the yard. And I said, Dany, I think you may pull this off. And you did. And
it was. And it was amazing. And you know, the thing about a write-in campaign, it tells who you are.
Yeah.
And it tells what they wanted, and they wanted change. But I think a lot of it had to do when I left, being the chief of police, they were not happy, and you remember that.
Oh, I remember that. I always told you're the Andy Griffith of Baxter. I mean, he was. You go back to, and my daughter, she's 32 now, and goes back to the DARE officers, all those kids loved you, and then now those folks have grown up, got married, had kids, and so you got 2 or 3 generations.
That's true.
That know
That's
Dany
true.
Holmes.
But, you know, I'm very proud, and I'm proud of my hometown as Mayor Garcia is, and we got it going on.
You got it going on. Congratulations.
I'll tell you, I served the Baxter schools in my translating job for the Putnam County schools, and driving through Baxter, it was impressive.
It was.
To see all those signs up there.
It was. You did a good job. So, Alex, you served on the city council in Monterey before you ran for mayor. Of course, y'all had a tragedy up there with Mayor Walker that passed away suddenly, and you ran. You got like 61% of the vote, which is a great percentage. And you had an unusual election up there, though. Dany ran on write-in, but you actually had one of your councilmen or Ward 3 up there had a tie.
Yeah, first time we ever had a tie that we know of, and they hadn't changed the charter. So we were supposed to have a runoff election third Sunday or Saturday of December. But that was interesting, yes.
I think one of the people that was running resigned, didn't
Cooney stepped down.
So, and then I think Allgood had an election where decided by one vote. So you can't say that your vote doesn't count.
No, you got to get out there and vote.
Yes, especially in your local election. So I'm going to ask both of you, and Alex, I'll start with you. You've been a mayor since August, got elected in August, took office in September. What's one thing you've learned about being mayor that you didn't know before you got elected?
I get a lot of phone calls and a lot of messages. I'm good with that. And I've answered every phone call and every message. I wanted to be more transparent, and I think I'm doing that.
Yeah.
I appreciate the questions, and I like talking to the people. So, my wife kind of chuckles because we try to walk every afternoon or every evening, and sometimes it takes longer than usual because we're sitting there talking.
People are stopping you to talk.
Yeah, but I like it. I really do.
Dany, what about you? Is there something you didn't know that you've learned since you became mayor?
Well, and I'm like Mayor Garcia. Of course, when I was chief of police, I think everybody had me on speed dial, and I still get those calls, but I still am on speed dial being the mayor. And everybody that calls, they've got a concern.
Yeah.
And you want to sympathize with them. And some of the things we just can't take care of. Water. Don't get me started on water because, we know that water's expensive. But what people don't really understand is they're paying, especially if you're inside the city limits, you're paying for sewer. And you're also paying for your garbage to be picked up. So, divide that up. Water's not that bad. And, of course, we have to buy it from Cookeville.
Yeah.
And
they've been going up on the prices.
That's right. So, there's a lot of things I found out about our sewer plant, and, we discussed this, and we're in the process of a rehabilitation, and that's going to help a lot. And
that's not cheap.
No, it's not.
We just found out that
we know.
You built a new one, correct?
We did.
We just cut the ribbon on that a week or two ago.
Yep.
So
that's great.
Yeah, it's good. So both your cities are growing. Let's talk about some of the projects that you got going on. You recently completed, and Alex, let's go back to that. We just cut the ribbon on the new sewer treatment plant up there in Monterey. That was a huge deal for Monterey, wasn't it?
It's a huge deal for Monterey because we were on a moratorium.
Yeah.
So that means we couldn't bring any new people to Monterey. So that's a huge deal, especially since we just annexed 30 acres of land for an industrial location. That's going to help out there too. We're going to get sewer to it. That's just going to help out on our growth. I mean, there's a talk of a truck stop coming in, exit 300.
Yeah.
They're going to need sewer.
Yeah.
So had we not done that, we couldn't have any of this stuff.
You've got land. I mean, we always thought there to 300 on the other side of the interstate.
Yep.
I mean, that something cool could go right.
Supposedly, and I don't, rumors or whatever, but somebody's been contacted to put a hotel chain there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're going to need sewer if that comes.
But that's what's held Monterey up for years now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we still have to add a pump station up there, and going out both sides of 70. We have a plant now that will take that and more.
Yeah, y'all done good. Get out of that moratorium. That was a big deal.
For sure.
Dany, and I know this happened right before you became mayor, but to have a $200 million portobello plant sitting in Baxter, Tennessee, that's just unbelievable. I mean, when we started working on that, you had to pinch yourself every now and then to think that little Baxter would have that size plant out there. That's been huge for Baxter, hasn't it?
Oh, let me tell you something. And I remember when we were talking about putting the fairgrounds and the expo center.
We almost bought that.
Almost.
Yeah.
And we were upset because that didn't happen. Okay, well,
this wasn't part of God's plan.
That's exactly right. And then here comes Portobello. They like the area. They like the people. And, that is Portobello, America.
Yeah.
That's it.
North American headquarters.
That's exactly right. And when you drive up and down I-40 and you look over there, that thing is huge. And look how many jobs that it created, for people. And so we're blessed. It just makes me happy that it is in our town. And the owners, the president and the CEO, from Brazil, he is just the nicest guy. You were there.
Oh,
we met down at the winery.
Just like family, aren't they?
Like family. And it's just, who would have ever thought? You give up the expo, the fairgrounds, and you get Portobello, America.
And we wind up getting 195 acres on Tennessee Avenue that's 10 times better than what
absolutely
that was going to be for us. So it's just all in God's plan.
It's all great.
Sure. Absolutely. Hey, we got to take a break. You're listening to Today in Putnam County. I'm your host, County Mayor Randy Porter. More with Mayor Dany Holmes and Mayor Alex Garcia after this break. Stay with us.
This holiday season, Habitat for Humanity's Restores are here to help you get your home ready for the festivities. Whether you're decking the halls or searching for the perfect gifts, our Restores have everything you need, from furniture and home decor to building materials, all at incredible prices. And don't miss our special event on December 21st. Bring the kids out to meet the Grinch himself from 10 a.m. to noon. It's the perfect way to make lasting memories and share a little holiday mischief. Habitat Restore off South Jefferson Avenue in Cookeville.
Hey, it's Freaky Dave from Middle Tennessee Eye. Don't forget to join us for the December 5th Trunk Show, which is to showcase new frame styles from OG and OVO, both independent lines you won't find anywhere else in the UC, and up to 40% discounts on great well-known brands. It's going to be a big sale, and we're also continuing our LASIK special pricing, and use those insurance benefits before the end of the year. And don't forget to use those Flex Dollar bills and stuff those stockings. Stop by and see your friends at Middle Tennessee Eye.
And now back to Today in Putnam County, hosted by Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter.
Welcome back to Today in Putnam County. I'm your host, County Mayor Randy Porter. Hope you're having a great weekend. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Hope you got to spend some time with your family and counted our blessings, because we have got so much to be thankful for. Our show this week about two of our newly elected city mayors, the Baxter Mayor Dany Holmes and Monterey Mayor Alex Garcia, and talk about some of the things going on and what they've learned already in the few short months that they've been mayor. Alex, we were talking about Portobello and Baxter, which was a huge thing for them. Monterey got a big hit back many years ago when Purdue, the chicken plant, came in up there. They're still a huge employer going in.
Oh yeah, they're a great partner with us. A huge employer for us, and really good to partner with. Anytime we need something, they're always there for us, without a doubt. We also have Cumberland Container.
Cumberland Container, that's right.
Huge for us too. Huge employer for us too, and very good partner for us too as well. So we're blessed. We're definitely blessed.
Got to have those kind of things going on in your cities for you to be able to grow. Danny, we were talking about Portobello plan, and I know some folks would probably like to hear an update on is the SIA road. We call it SIA road, but it's a new DD road that's going to be going on over to Portobello. That's just keeps going on, but it's not your fault. No. It's a TDOT project, right?
It is a TDOT project, and we talk about Diddy Road, and we know how rough it is. I know you get complaints, I get complaints, and I'm trying to at least make it smoother than it is, because what the people don't understand is that road's going away. We're not going to have that road. It's like you said, TDOT, they've moved our project now to 2027, and that doesn't mean they'll start then.
No.
You know that.
I know.
You think about the disaster up in East Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's going to take priority.
Oh, yeah, and it's going to have to, because, those folks, they lost bridges and roads.
Sure.
And ways to even get into their towns and stuff, so it's got to.
It is, and we understand that. It's so funny. Everybody wants to talk about the state moves slow, and but they're overwhelmed, and we all know that. They have so many projects going, but we will get it.
Yeah,
and it'll be great for our city. That interchange out there at I-40 will be.
That's you and I have actually got a call next week or the week after, I think, with TDOT about that. That's going to rework the interchange there, the exit, and
new bridges,
make them 3 lanes.
That's right.
3 lanes under the interstate.
That's right.
And that's going to be a huge project, though.
It is going to be a huge project, but when you think about our school traffic in the afternoon, and of course Love's truck stop, all those tractor trailer trucks coming out of there, there will be a lane where they'll just go right on I-40.
Yeah.
And that will
make a huge difference in traffic.
That's true. It sure will. And everybody likes to complain, and I do too. We're all human, but we're blessed to have the schools that we have in Baxter and in Putnam
and in
County.
Monterey too. Yeah.
But Upperman High School, they just make state. They're always going to the state. We fell a little short this time. With the
we're still undefeated though.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We were undefeated in the season. That's huge.
That's big. Well, wasn't it the first time that all three high schools went to the playoffs?
Yeah.
Maybe I don't.
It may have been, and of course we love Monterey. They got Scott Hughes. You know, his wife's one of our coaches at Upperman High School, one of the basketball coaches, and they've got a great coach. You know, Monterey. Listen, my wife is from Monterey, and my in-laws still lives there, so we always
go up
love
there a lot.
Yeah, we go up there quite a bit. Yeah. We'll be up there for Thanksgiving. We were there, and everything's good.
Yeah, and I service all 4 Baxter schools through Putnam County Schools. I'm the translator for all 4 Baxter schools and 2 Monterey schools. So we've got a lot more in common than people think.
That's true.
And we've got a great school system, and I tell folks that all the time. There's other places in this country that you may not be able to say that about, okay? But I think in Putnam County,
I think we do.
We've done really well.
I'm a little biased.
I think we all are. We're all a little biased.
Yeah, and that's like Cookville High School. Back many years ago, I was a school resource officer there. 2,000 students?
Oh, yeah.
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 Huge.
Well, when it was built back in 95, 6, 7 in that area, largest high school in the Southeast.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And they do real well up there, too.
They do.
And good teams and good coaches, good teachers.
School board.
They
even got a good king.
That's right, a good king. I like that.
Corby king.
All right, Corby's a good one.
He's great.
Alex, y'all are nearing completion on a new sports facility in Monterey. Tell us about that.
So we got an appropriation of funds to do a soccer field, and we chose to do it at Black Bottom. So that's going to be a multi-sports complex. You'll be able to play softball. We've got a tent fence that'll be up for the softball when they're playing softball, and then we can take it down to play soccer. The biggest thing is it's let the high school have a soccer team now.
Yeah.
So the girls had a soccer team this year. They couldn't play any home games, but we've already scheduled home games for the boys team in the spring. Grass is growing really nicely. The last piece of the puzzle is a concession stand and hopefully lights. Now lights cost a lot of money, and I just got a quote for it. But the concession stand is going real nice. We've already put the roof on it, and we're doing this in conjunction with Putnam County Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
And they've already painted the outside of the building. They've already painted the inside of the building. We're starting to work on the electrical. They've already put all new doors, so the bathroom doors are no longer where I have to turn sideways to get in. It's going to be a nice facility for all of our citizens in Monterey and for our high school teams to be able to play.
Absolutely. And it's a good partnership between Monterey and the county for our Parks and Recreations to help y'all. So it's going to be a good project. Alex, you just got a new Italian restaurant.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
Opened in Monterey. We've eaten there 2-3 times. Amazing.
Sapori di Napoli.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Oh, my gosh. If you haven't been there, you need to go. The food is like nothing you've had, I guarantee it. It's all fresh. Nothing's frozen. It's cooked as you order it. I mean, and it's authentic.
It is.
The cook is an Italian cook. I mean, you can't get better food. I'm telling you, it's really good. The atmosphere is good. The owner's probably going to be there when you go there. He'll sit at the table with you and talk to you if you want. Great guy.
Yeah, really nice guy. And it's right there on Commercial.
Right on Commercial next to Farm Bureau.
Yeah, where you come in on Holly and Commercial there.
Next to Delta James, which is our new entertainment center, banquet hall venue, if you want to call it that. So, we've got a lot of new things coming up in Monterey.
Well, and don't you think when I still call them Bank of Putnam County, I know it's one Bank of Tennessee, but it's hard to get past all these years.
Sure.
But don't you think when they built that new facility right there on Commercial that was kind of the spark that started all this?
Definitely sparked it.
It's been a good thing.
For sure.
We appreciate Liz and them doing that in Monterey. Dany, you got a new dollar market just came in out next to the truck stop?
We do. It's on First Avenue before you get to Love's, and let me tell you something. That place is busy, and very lucky to have the Dollar General Store. Been there for many years. Now we've got the Dollar Market, and if you need some groceries, they've got groceries, and I shop there quite a bit myself. And Baxter's booming, and we know that. That's where the land is. One day there'll be no more land there neither.
Yeah, it's part of growth. It
is part of growth, and but we're glad to have everything that we've got, and then
getting a new restaurant.
We are getting a new restaurant. Unfortunately, the Whistle Stop that was the Henry brothers. They also own the Doodle. They decided that, between their roofing business and the restaurant, that they needed to sell that one. And Achilles out of Sparta. I've never ate there, but it's a Greek restaurant. He's down there right now remodeling, and they say it is fantastic. I've talked to some people from Sparta, and they're going to travel over to Baxter to eat.
That's going to be great. The little town's growing, and we love to see that. Now, we got to take a break. You're listening to Today in Putnam County. I'm your host, County Mayor Randy Porter. More with the Baxter and Monterey mayors when we come back. Stay with us.
Hitting the auction block is a property that has been in the Koger family for generations and never publicly available until now. This 493-plus acres stretches over a remote area of Wayne County, Kentucky that offers almost 2.5 million board feet of standing timber, selling by recent survey and offered in one tract. Bidding ends Tuesday, December 10 at 11 a.m. Visit eagleauctions.com or call Nathan Gross at 606-688-1925.
Backed by popular demand, now through December 21st, Cumberland County Playhouse presents Irving Berlin's White Christmas. Based on the beloved film, this heartwarming musical features 17 classic Irving Berlin songs with a dazzling score featuring well-known standards like Blue Skies, I Love a Piano, Sisters, and of course the immortal title song. White Christmas is an uplifting musical that'll tap your toes and warm your heart. Don't miss White Christmas. Rated G and sponsored by Uplands Village. Call 931-484-5000 or visit ccplayhouse.com.
And now back to Today in Putnam County, hosted by Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter.
Welcome back to Today in Putnam County. I'm Randy Porter. I'm your county mayor, and I'm your host. Hope you're having a great weekend. Our show this week, it's about the Baxter and Monterey new mayors, Dany Holmes and Alex Garcia. Talking with them about getting elected in August and things that are going on in both of the cities and some of the things they've learned and what's new in those places. So Christmas time's coming. Thanksgiving's gone. Christmas time's coming. We were talking the other day with the new Christmas on the Square, and then you got the tree lighting in Cookeville on December the 8th, and then we got 4 parades in our community. So I love Christmas, okay? It's one of my favorite holidays, and I think it is yours too. I don't know of another community that puts on as much stuff as we do for Christmas, and it makes you feel good, doesn't it?
One thing about Christmas, and all of us agrees, it's a special time of year.
Yeah.
Like Thanksgiving, we give thanks, but we celebrate Christ's birthday.
Amen, that's right.
And all of our cities and the county, we all have In God We Trust.
Yeah.
And that's who we trust.
Yeah.
It's the only one that we could trust.
Yeah.
Our parade is special. We basically shut our town down, and we do that a couple times a year. You're not going to make everybody happy.
Well, if you do,
yes,
let us know. Alex and I'd like
let me know the secret.
Yeah, I sure will. But, Santa Claus is coming. Just a special time. We'll have hot chocolate at the Baxter Depot, and that's a special place, too. And Santa Claus will be out front to have pictures made. And I think last year we had right at 80 entries in
That's
Baxter.
Big for a little small town,
city.
Yeah.
We actually had to change our route because we were running into each other, and we just came to a dead stop.
Well, you walked me to death last year.
I know, we
route.
did.
That is a lot. I walk every one of them.
He does.
And it was a long route. And Alex, y'all got the depot too in Monterey.
Yeah.
I think that's 2 special places for small towns to have events and stuff. So you got Baxter's Christmas parades first.
December the 6th at 7 p.m.
And then Monterey's is the following night.
Yep, December 7th at 7.
Then we go to the next weekend. We got All Good on December the 13th at 6:30. And then you got on that Saturday night, December the 14th, the Cookeville Parade at 6. And then in between all that, you got the tree lighting at Dogwood Park on December the 8th at 6 p.m. So a lot of events to go to. I want to ask y'all, both of you, and I'll start with you, Alex. You know the genie in the bottle, and I Dream of Genie.
Aladdin.
I believe it was the old
Let's
show.
go with the Aladdin.
Aladdin, where you rub the side of the of the genie and you get 3 wishes. So now that you've been mayor for a little while, of course you served on the council for a while. If you had 3 wishes for things that you'd like to see or happen in Monterey, what would they be?
How high are we wishing here? Like infinite dollars?
Well, you keep not money wise.
Yeah, we can't do
otherwise.
money wise.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a wish or what it is, but I like the small town feel that we have, and I keep telling everybody, Monterey's grown in the last 4 years.
Absolutely.
And in the next 5 years, I think it's going to be unrecognizable.
Yeah.
my only challenge there is going to be keeping that small town feel.
Yeah.
Because I like going out and knowing everybody. I like going out and having, conversations with everybody. I think nothing against Cookeville, but Cookeville's just too big to do that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be that, but we have to grow. So I guess if my number one wish is to grow, but keep small.
Small town feel.
For sure. Definitely. I think our number two wish, and I might get a lot of flack for this, but I want a brewery in Monterey.
Okay.
And I'm working on that. I'm working on that real good. I think it's going to attract, you guys have the west side in Cookeville, and that's always happening.
It is.
I'd love to have a brewery in Monterey and have that feel downtown. And then my third wish, which we're already working on, is the corridor study that we're doing of Commercial Avenue. If that were to come true, and if we get, some funding for that, I think that'll change Monterey exponentially.
Oh, it will.
We're adding, sidewalks so that the restaurants can have outdoor seating. We'll have, trees and benches on the sidewalk. I think that would change it.
Revitalize your downtown.
Definitely. Just be more user friendly.
Yeah, absolutely. Mayor Holmes, what's them three wishes if you had them for Baxter?
And I agree with Mayor Garcia, and I think all the people in Baxter will agree. We want to keep the hometown, the small town feel, and we're going to do that downtown. And we got a revitalization going on.
Yeah.
And we got a grant of $15,000, and so we're working on that. But we have the Baxter Buy Right, which is an awesome store. But
historical.
Historical. That's right. Goes back to when I was a kid. It was Campbell's Market.
Yeah.
And I'd walk over there as a kid and get me a candy bar, a bag of chips, and a Coca-Cola. And my dad would give me $1, and I'd bring him change.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But, I would love to see a grocery store, one that the people could go in and listen. We love Cookeville, but the traffic, you know how it is.
Yeah.
So if we had a grocery store, that would be awesome. And I'm looking at a hotel or a motel. We have the spot, and we've been talking to them. So hopefully one day we'll have that, and of course the county will benefit from that hotel motel
Absolutely.
tax. And so will Baxter. And another thing is a great restaurant. Sit down restaurant. I'm always kidding people. I say, do you know that Demos is coming out there? And of course, everybody lights up, and I go, I'm just kidding.
Listen, if you say it enough, they'll come.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
we talk about it enough.
Everybody
Everybody talks about it. Yeah.
And Cookeville would love to have a Demos. Yeah. And unfortunately, they have no plans on moving up here. And but there's some other restaurants that could come, and especially right there at I-40, get off the interstate, eat, and then get back on interstate, go on your way. But that's my three wishes. And of course, when you talk about money, I wish we had an unlimited bank account. So does Mayor Garcia.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of things that we're limited to doing because of money. But we're moving up. And, more jobs, high-paying jobs. That's right. And we're working on that. We didn't get to talk about it, but we have 3 more factories that's going to come. They're going to come. We're working on that, and they're going to be high-paying jobs, and that's what people's looking for.
Yeah, we don't need any more $13 an hour jobs.
No.
We need some of those high-paying jobs, and both y'all are doing a great job. Y'all have hit the ground running. Neither one of you were new to either one of your cities. Alex, you served on the council before.
Yep.
Danny, you were chief of police, so you knew what your cities needed, and y'all are just hit the ground running, and both towns I think are growing and prospering, and I think it's going to continue. And I want to tell y'all, thank y'all for being willing to run, because being a mayor in a little small city or town, I mean, you're part-time mayors. You have to have another job. It's not a full-time job.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, and so it's tough. But I enjoy working with both of y'all, and I think the future looks bright for both your cities. And I appreciate both of y'all being on the show today.
We appreciate you.
Yeah,
I'm just
Mayor.
modeling my campaign after you.
But one of the good things is that we do work good with the county.
That's it.
And you and all of your office holders, they're willing to step up for small cities like us.
And that's what it's all about, working together. We can do more together than we never do separate.
Yeah. For sure.
So,
I think all of us work together good.
Absolutely. I think we do too. We just got to keep that going.
That's true.
Well, that's our show for today. I hope you'll join us every week for Today in Putnam County. I'm County Mayor Randy Porter. Hoping you have a great rest of your weekend, and may God continue to bless our great county.
You've been listening to Today in Putnam County, hosted by Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter.